All right, folks, it's Coach Dave here, and today we have Andrea here, and the purpose of this is to find out the things that she has been up to and possibly find out a few tips on how to get the most out of your health and your wellness journey here. So, thank you, Andrea, for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. So my first question for you is, prior to starting with me, what were the barriers and the challenges that you faced with your health and your fitness, exercise, everything?
The main thing was this, like going from being single to having a family, that was definitely a barrier because I was always putting everyone else first.
Right,
Um, so that was really challenging. So I just kind of stopped taking care of myself, and just not having the time to do, focus on my health, like going to all these like kid activities and things with the home. So it just got really crazy and I just lost focus on myself.
right. And so by doing this, your health and fitness, it got worse and worse to a point where you were like, okay, so well, what inspired you to get back into it and become healthier?
Um, Main thing was I didn't want my son to grow up without a mom. And that like really scared me. He was 4 years old at the time and um I just, the thought of just him growing up without me and that trauma, like that really, and I wanted to be there, for, his graduations and, his prom and graduation and having, kids of his own. Like I didn't want to like miss out on any of that. So that was for me, like my biggest like inspiration to like really get serious about my health.
Right. Awesome. So what made you reach out to me as opposed to going to a normal gym or finding things online or doing other things?
So like when I was like in my early 20s, it was just easy to hold myself accountable because I didn't have any responsibilities other than, showing up to work and, paying bills.
Right,
But with having a family, it was like, and not having the time, like I really need someone to hold me accountable that wasn't a family member or a friend because, I would probably just go off the rails again. So for me, it was just accountability, having, someone that they also knew what they were doing. Um, they could kind of calculate my macros and give me like a workout plan and like an eating plan, that kind of thing, and having weekly meetings to see what my progress has been.
right. Awesome. Um, and what have the results been? It's been a year and a half. Where did you start and where are you?
Um, yeah, so I lost like about a little over 50 pounds in less than a year and a half. And I know the last couple months, like I finally reached my weight goal. And so now I've just been maintaining, which is like really great. Um, but I just have like so much more energy and I before I just didn't do anything with my kid because I was always so tired, but now we're like doing activities together and um yeah, like I feel better, more confident, especially with like clothes, like I just feel so much better all around, so
Course.
it's
And
been good.
so you're able to do a lot more with that's a huge impact. I've found that with our son, being able to do all of the things he's interested in, basketball, hockey, football, and being involved is a huge thing. So um, tell me what a normal day looks like for you for eating. Let's we pitch things up here and find out about your eating.
Yeah, so for me, what works is I like to do like protein shakes like in the morning and the evening, and then I have like a regular like lunch with like proteins and vegetables and like a starch. Like for me, it just helps me stay on track because like especially with having a well now 6-year-old, he has like cookie snacks and like chips that I put into his like lunch boxes and stuff. And like it's very tempting. So I just that helps me just stay in
Focus,
line and
right?
yeah. But on weekends though, I'm a little more lenient, because we are always out and about. So we end up, eating out at restaurants and stuff. But so I'll enjoy a pizza or, a bowl of pasta or, whatever it may be. And um yeah, so I don't like limit myself like or I'm not completely strict like the whole time because I know like if I'm that way then just start binging because I just feel like I'm just not enjoying food.
Right, right.
So,
No, I agree. I have the same issue. I need to stay on track. And if I deviate at all, it's like, oh, this is going south here. Um, so in terms of exercise, do you exercise at home or do you go to an actual like gym or somewhere else?
yeah, I exercise at home, mainly because it's just so expensive and I don't have the time, like, as I get up at, 5 in the morning to work, and then as soon as I get off work, I have to pick up my son and then, get his homework done, and by the time that's all done, it's like 8 o'clock at night, and I, just don't wanna have to go out
Right.
and do that. And then plus after I'm done exercising, I feel like I have more energy, so then I wouldn't be able to sleep and, I just for me just work doing it during the day. I like to do my walks during meetings at work. That's really helped. And then like my lunch break is when I would kind of do my exercises and then I just like kind of eat while I work my lunch.
Right, right, right. So in terms of exercising at work or going for walks at work, uh, explain how you do that.
Um, well, I have a like a little treadmill, so like during phone calls or anything that doesn't require like full on focus, I'll just walk on the treadmill for like at least an hour. Sometimes I'll go for a little more. Um, and then like same with workouts, like you give me like a plan that we do like every 3 months we change it up, but I'll do those sets Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays.
Right, right, right. Awesome. Right. Awesome. Um, so in terms of this, how did you learn and how do you think would help others about knowing about what you did and how to get to where you are?
Um, say my biggest advice is just like starting out, just take it one meal at a time, and then starts to get easier where it's like one day at a time, sort of thing. And if you do like eat like a pizza or something, don't beat yourself up. You're only human, and you should be able to enjoy those foods and have that balance.
Yes.
But to me, it's just like just stick with it. I know it might seem hard at first, but like the pounds add up, even if it's like a half a pound or a quarter, of a pound. It all ends up adding up. And I was able to lose like over 50 pounds just, I mean, with not that much effort. I mean, most of it was walking. Um, and your exercises that weren't, they weren't crazy. I wasn't you know, I wasn't in like excruciating pain and, making me do like just real crazy stuff, like CrossFit crazy stuff. So I don't
Right,
know.
right,
Um, so I mean, it for me, it wasn't that hard. It was just the discipline, I think, is the hardest part, is keeping at it. And, if you fail, don't think that, oh, it's over with and I can't do it. Just tomorrow day and just start over. It's not a big deal.
That is awesome advice. I always use the analogy of if you're driving along in your car and you have a flat, do you hop out and fix the flat and then get back on the road? Or do you grab a gun and shoot the other three out and go, well, F it? You know, it's like, well, obviously you fix your flat and you get back on the road. And it's the same thing here. You have to, you know, there'll be hurdles, there'll be speed bumps out there, and you just have to, you know, okay, I screwed up, I did the wrong thing, or I planned this. I planned having an evening out. I planned having a birthday today or a here and there. And we aren't on an overall colonial hawk here. I mean, if you don't lose, you know, 30 pounds in 30 days, like who cares? I mean, it's about a long-term thing. It's a long-term answer for health. And so, and my last question for you is what motivates you to keep at it?
Honestly, it's the results. I love how I feel and all the energy I have, and I don't want to go back. Like it was hard work to get where I'm at now. Like I don't want to have to do this all over again.
Right.
I just want to keep at it and you know just keep feeling good because it's easy to fall back into like those routines of just not doing anything, but um I just love where I'm at and I don't want to go back. So that's
Awesome.
what motivates me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here and for sharing this for everybody. And I look forward to keep doing this for years and years and years. So thank you, and I will see you next Wednesday. So have a good weekend, and thank you, everybody. And that's it.